Seven must know US travel rules that impact green card holders. If you're a permanent resident in the US, stop scrolling because what I'm about to tell you could literally decide whether you get to step back into this country, United States, or not. In 2025, the US travel rules for green card holders are not what they used to be. These aren't small cosmetic changes. They are rules that could delay your entry, deny your entry, or even jeopardize your status completely. And the most dangerous part? Most green card holders have no idea these travel rules even exist until they're standing in an airport being told they can't board or they can't enter the country. If you've been thinking, well, I've got my green card, I've got my reentry permit, I'm fine, think again. I'm going to break down seven must know US travel rules for green card holders in this video. And trust me, this is one video you want to watch until the end because number six and number seven are going to surprise you. Yes, they will. Are you ready to uncover the real deal? Well, let's get right into it now. Rule number one: the re entry permit isn't a free pass anymore. For years, the re entry permit was like a golden ticket. You could stay abroad for up to 2 years without losing your permanent U.S. resident status. And immigration officers would barely blink when you got back. Not anymore. In 2025, U.S. travel rules for green card holders have shifted. That permit still helps, but it's no longer a guarantee. Border officers have been given more discretion, meaning they can still question your ties to the United States, your travel patterns, and your intent to live in the United States permanently. If they're not convinced, that re-entry permit won't save you. I've seen cases where people were gone for 18 months, had their permit, and were still sent to secondary inspection for hours, being interrogated, some even being referred to immigration court. Yes, it's happening. If you've been gone a long time out of the United States, make sure you've got proof that you're still rooted in this country, which means tax returns, property records, job offers, possibly, even family ties and pay stubs. Rule number two: the intent to reside. Mhm. In just a minute, we're going to get to number seven. It's a political mandate that could destroy your green card holder status and erase your chance of living in the United States. But first, let's talk about just how unpredictable the rules for green card holders have become. You could have every single document in perfect order. You could travel strictly within the legal limits, and yet, one border officer's personal judgment could still put your green card at risk. Isn't that crazy? Under the new enforcement approach, CBP officers have more power than ever to decide if a green card holder truly qualifies as a lawful permanent resident. The ball is in their hands now, and there's no clear formula, no checklist you can rely on. They're trained to size you up, intent to reside, based on a gut read of your behavior, your paperwork, and even the way you answer one single question. And here's the scary part: two green card holders with identical travel timelines and documents. One gets waved through, the other gets pulled into secondary inspection, grilled for hours, and handed a notice to appear in immigration court. It's not always about breaking the law, it's about how your case feels to the officer standing in front of you or sitting, whatever. Rule number three: citizenship is threatened. This one sounds almost unbelievable. It's the rule blindsiding thousands of green card holders, even people who have done everything right. And it's not about where you've been for years, it's about one tiny move you make right before your citizenship interview. It's just as simple as that. You could follow every single rule. Live in the US for years, pay your taxes, keep your record spotless. But then you take one quick trip abroad, maybe to visit family, maybe for a wedding, in the months before your naturalization interview, and suddenly your American dream is in jeopardy. Here's why. To qualify for US citizenship, you have to prove continuous residence and physical presence in the country. That's their rule. That means no absences of 6 months or more, and sometimes even multiple short trips can raise red flags. Lately, immigration officers have been laser focused on that final travel window, especially the 6 to 12 months before your interview for citizenship. And the risk, if they believe you didn't truly intend to make the US your permanent home, they won't just deny your citizenship, they can come after your green card as well. So make sure you go on shorter trips if you can. Rule number four, multiple trips raise red flags. Here's where a lot of people get caught off guard. Under the old mindset, staying outside the US for multiple times or going multiple times during the year was no big deal at one time. Now, absences of more than 4 trips per year can get flagged, especially if they happen repeatedly on an annual basis. Immigration officers are looking at travel patterns. If it looks like you're spending more time outside the US than inside, they can question whether you've abandoned your residency. The rule of thumb for green card holders in 2025 is simple. Spend more time in the US than abroad in any 12-month period. It's just simple as that. Number five, secondary inspection is more common these days. Yes, secondary inspection isn't just for suspicious travelers anymore. No, green card holders are getting pulled in for extra questioning because of travel history, the countries they've visited, or even just random checks. This is especially true if you've traveled to countries under heightened US security advisories. So you have to be careful where you're going. The process can take hours, and your luggage, your phone, your laptop can be searched. I'm not kidding. That's why I always travel with only the data I need on my devices. Anything else gets stored securely online in a cloud, not in my carry on. Before I share the last two rules, though, which are the most political charged, let me save you, those are political charged, and let me save you some of the stress. I've put together a brand new ebook called 10 Massive Travel Changes That Could Wreck Your Trip. It's not just for green card holders, it covers the new airline rules, TSA updates, and international entry requirements for 2025 that most people have never even heard of. It's part of my digital travel bundle that includes 5 in-depth videos, an audio guide, a senior travel checklist, and a 2025-2026 travel planner. I'll link it below so you can grab it before your next trip. You don't want to leave without that. You'll thank me later. Think of it as travel insurance for your brain, because once you know the rules, you can travel with more confidence. All right, let's continue to rule number six. Passport expiration can deny you entry. This is one that blindsides people all the time. Green card holders think I'm not a US citizen, so my passport rules are based on my home country. True, but the country you're visiting may require your passport to be valid for 6 months beyond your travel date. Did you know that? If it's not, you might not even get on the plane. And even if you do, the US can still deny entry if your documentation is in question. This is happening more often in 2025 because of tighter airline compliance with international agreements. That's just how it is. So always check both the departure and return requirements before you travel. That's so important. All right, number seven, political climate risk. Yes, including Donald Trump. I said his name. Finally, the one no one talks about is politics. It has a lot to do with travel these days. There's been a sharp rise in discussions about limiting certain rights for green card holders and other travelers, from increased scrutiny to potential removal in cases of criminal charges or extended absences. Donald Trump has insinuated that targeting green card holders who violate immigration terms are going to feel some kind of consequences. While not all proposals become law, they set the tone for enforcement, which is happening right now. In 2025, the political climate means green card holders need to be extra careful about following every travel and residency rule to the letter. Whether you agree or disagree with the politics, the safest move is to make sure you're always in compliance. Keep documentation up to date. Maintain strong ties to the United States if this is where you live, and avoid unnecessary risk when traveling. I would even go a step further to say hire an attorney before you travel. That's how serious it is. So there you have it, the 7 must-know U.S. travel rules for green card holders in 2025. Ignore them, and you could be facing delays, denials, or worse. Follow them, and you'll avoid becoming another cautionary tale in the airport security line. And you don't want that. If you want to go even deeper, I'm giving away my free ebook, Top 5 Travel Scenarios and How to Solve Them. It's yours just for watching. The link is below the video in the description. And if you grab my paid travel bundle that I mentioned, you'll get everything you need to navigate those travel changes without losing sleep over it. And don't miss my next video, 7 international travel changes you need to know in 2025. You're going to see it above. Just click on it and go watch it. We're talking about entry rules, visa changes, and border security updates happening all over the world that could catch you off guard. And you don't want that. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in that next video. Take care and safe travels.